Good morning, and thank you very much. It is truly a pleasure to welcome you to One Region, One Commitment and the Inter-American Development Bank's flagship event, now in its second year. Following last year's inaugural edition, which attracted 37,000 virtual participants, this forum is fast becoming one of the leading events for sharing experiences and knowledge among public and private sector leaders, experts, and NGOs to accelerate climate action in Latin America and the Caribbean. Without a doubt, climate change is the greatest challenge of our time, and time is not on our side. As we meet today, parts of the planet are facing major droughts, others are suffering terrible floods, and actually our own region exemplifies the climate chaos that is occurring. The mega drought in central Chile has been the most persistent in the region in the last 1,000 years, and even parts of Brazil, Paraguay, Bolivia, and other countries have become the driest in recent generations. And along with this alarming loss of glaciers in the Andes, we now face real water and food security crises, adding to other global crises that are occurring. Likewise, the frequency of extreme weather events, including devastating hurricanes, has increased by 50% in the past 20 years in a region where over a quarter of the population lives in coastal areas. Sea levels in the region continue to rise faster than the global average, posing an existential threat to small, low-lying island states. And of course, the Amazon, the planet's sacred green lung, continues to hurtle toward a tipping point. Overall, by 2030, climate change could push 3 million people a year in Latin America and the Caribbean into extreme poverty. But also by 2030, despite the gloom, the path to decarbonization could create 15 million net new jobs in areas such as plant-based food production, renewable energy, construction, manufacturing, etc. I bet on this generation. Furthermore, the region can save over 620 billion annually by 2050 by decarbonizing energy and transportation. It's a win-win situation, generating jobs and saving money. Every dollar invested in resilience, whether for better infrastructure or preparedness, and systemic risk reduction, can save $4 in the cost of post-disaster response or reconstruction. It's a no-brainer. Our participants can attest to the enormous, largely untapped opportunities that abound in Latin America and the Caribbean for green, sustainable growth that improves human security, public health, and economies. In particular, with unparalleled natural wealth and abundant sources of renewable energy, we have the building blocks to usher in a wave of investment driven by global private sector hungry for opportunity. This can provide the regional public sector with the needed momentum to ignite a true sustainability revolution. So what future will we choose? It's obvious. It's a non-brainer. All of us here are working to achieve the best scenario. And yes, we know how much sustained strategic and collective effort is needed to achieve it. The only way to do so is to all begin working together to deliver on our commitments and to scale up our ambition. I said it at COP26, where we took a leadership as IDB in multilateral development banks in collaboration with various partners. And I say it again, the IDB in collaboration with our various partners is determined to set the pace in this area, connecting and mobilizing the public and private sectors to make this revolution a reality. Let's start with climate finance. Last year, with our private sector arm, IDB Invest, we committed $6 billion for climate change activities, a record figure of financing. At the IDB, we have set an ambitious goal of reaching 40% climate and green finance by 2025, with the intention of providing 24 billion by 2025. As we are doing in all areas of our development agenda, and particularly in climate action, the IDB is introducing innovative market-friendly financing tools that increasingly leverage essential private sector resources, which are in fact abundant. Environmental, social, and governance assets, or ESG, are on track to exceed 50 trillion by 2025, representing one-third of projected global assets under management. We needed 10% of that. That's the GDP of Japan. Latin America and the Caribbean, home of 40% of the planet's biodiversity, has one of the greatest potentials to capture these funds. It would be transformational for the region. That is why we helped launch at the IDB a new natural capital asset class tradable on the New York Stock Exchange. By harnessing the power of the market, countries and companies alike can be compensated for positive stewardship of nature. Thanks to IDB support, Costa Rica will become the first country to offer its natural capital assets on the New York Stock Exchange, and we hope that Argentina and Honduras will soon follow suit. The IDB pioneered in Latin America and Caribbean the green bond market. Now we are enabling the potentially exponential growth of this market. The IDB and IDB Invest Green Bond Transparency Platform promotes the harmonization and standardization of green bond reporting to increase investor confidence against what we're now calling the greenwashing and facilitate green investments in the region. Furthermore, we're using blockchain technology to report on investment performance and development impact of the bond. Less than a year and a half after its launch, the platform already covers more than 80% of the region's markets. That is a total of $34 billion. Our creative financial solutions also include an IDB Invest mechanism to monetize the cost of decarbonization and our region's first blue bond. Last year in Barbados, we approved our first guarantee for a debt for nature swap, becoming the first multilateral development bank to do this kind of operation. On the eve of COP26, our Amazon initiative secured an important source of funding from the Green Climate Fund that will support adaptation and mitigation of climate change impacts through innovative bio-businesses. We've done a lot, but let me also highlight another important project with the initiative that we approved last month. We will help the Brazilian state of Pará create a payment for environmental services mechanism, an innovative public policy instrument that will help generate resources to protect the Amazon. This project, that will start as a pilot, exemplifies the convergence of creative financing, nature-based solutions, and climate-aligned public policies. At present, in our region, developing sound policies and planning for a just transition are as vital as the funds to carry it out. As of today, 21 of our borrowing member countries have submitted their updated nationally determined contributions under the Paris Agreement, many of them, most of them actually, with support. 6 of our borrowing members have long-term strategies: Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Mexico, and Uruguay. And the IDB is also supporting the drafting of a new strategy in Guatemala, which includes a cost-benefit analysis of the decarbonization of the economy. Through this planning work, we support countries in developing robust public policies to integrate decarbonization and resilience actions into planning systems and regulations. So just a few weeks ago, in the Dominican Republic, we launched the Regional Climate Change Platform of the Ministries of Finance, Economy, and Finance, which will help ministries design and implement strategies to minimize climate risk and activate green growth. All good idea begins and ends with action. The IDB has also increased the planning and budget security through what we call the hurricane clause. This is in our contingent credit line for natural disaster emergencies. another innovative and the first to do so. As we approach to COP27, we are working more closely than ever with our countries to help draft holistic economy-wide strategies for the short, medium, and long term on the path to decarbonization with its risks and rewards properly anticipated and managed. While the need to respond to climate change is higher than ever, so is at this moment the momentum, and the IDB believes that harnessing it is nothing less than essential in the region's entire development agenda. We can only do so if we work together and approach this challenge and opportunity from all angles. I hope this event will help us do just that, so that the IDB's climate leadership can complement yours and vice versa. We are committed to this. With this, let me hand over. Thank all participants and audience members. Best wishes and success to all of you.